This may look to you like just another Bentley Continental GT, but as you may be able to see from the prototype number plate on the front, it's actually something quite different. Under its bonnet, it has an all-new 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine, which for reasons I shall explain in a moment, is likely to transform the future prospects of this car. Understand this, it has 500 horsepower, but it also uses 40% less fuel than the old Continental GT. So the question is, does it still drive like a real Bentley? Well, we're here, we're at a very dark, very cold, very wet Silverstone, but we have the track to ourselves, so we're going to go out and find out. Okay, so we are just about to head out onto Silverstone. I've been asked to stress that this is a prototype car, it is not the production version, but I don't think there's going to be a great deal of difference between them. So the question which needs answering is not only does this car provide good performance, but does it provide proper Bentley performance? So here we go. Well, the first thing I can tell you is that it sounds really good. The W12 was a very effective engine. It did the job very well, but it never sounded like this. It also feels much more nimble than the W12. They say it's only 25 kilos lighter because of all the trick cylinder deactivation technology it's got on it, but I can tell you the car feels more neutral, more balanced. It's just a nice car to drive. And yeah, I mean that's a pretty reasonable level of performance. Its power to weight ratio is actually better than the old, if you like, Generation 1 Continental GT with the 6-litre W12 in it. So, you know, you're not in any way going to be buying a poor relation in terms of performance. Not the 60s, 4.8 seconds, top speed, well over 180 miles an hour. You may have just noticed that the car is very, very gently balancing itself in the corners, whereas the old car, you kind of expect it to go straight on a bit. This one doesn't do that for some reason. They have played a lot with the tune of the suspension, and I think what they found is a very, very happy balance between clearly the needs to provide a car with decent ride comfort and a car which is going to be a good, responsive, decent handling car. Well, I've been out now, I've done a few laps, and from what I can tell from a damp wet track, this car is going to be transformed by this new engine. It's not just the fact that it uses so much less fuel, the power is fantastic, the response is really good. It's got very, very little turbo lag, it feels like a Bentley, it pulls from low down the way you need a Bentley is going to. But it also sounds much better than the old W12. So the question is, why would you still want a Continental GT with a W12 in it? This car's going to cost 10% less, so that'll be about £122,000, £123,000. And to my mind, with an 8-speed gearbox of this new engine, it's a better car, it's a more characterful car, it's almost certainly in the real world going to be just as quick, it's nicer to drive, it's a better handling car, and it'll go half as far again on a tank of gas. To me, it's a no-brainer. This is the Continental GT, it always should have been.